Hey, this is Wayne here, and we're checking out security chain. We've already done some videos on different attack methods for the security max chain and the Padlock 12mm square link hardened chain, and here is the ABUS security chain. ABUS was kind enough to go ahead and donate this. So I want to kind of compare these together and kind of see what we've got going on. This one, the Padlock chain, you're going to be looking at about a 63 Rockwell hardness scale. Super hard. Nothing touched it. The sawzall, we did a sawzall attack, that didn't touch it at all. The HK Porter bolt cutters, 38-inch bolt cutters, didn't touch it at all. You can't even tell what link we tried to attack. The only thing that got through it was the angle grinder, and it took about 2 minutes. The Security Max chain, you can see there is a little bit of a booger right there from your sawzall blade, but it was definitely, the teeth were worn out and it was toast by the time we got that much through. It would take forever. You'd run out of battery and you'd have to use 10 blades to cut two clean holes through there, if it would even do it. I mean, it would take forever to do. This thing lasted about 1:15 against the angle grinder, which is great. Whereas a regular half-inch chain, I think it took about 10 seconds, 15 seconds to cut through, which is not good. The ABUS chain, the main advantage that I like about this is the ability to put the link through. None of these other square link chains have that option. They're not designed to put the link through like that. They're just not a big enough hole. But this one is, and that makes it easy to find a padlock that'll actually hook both of these up instead of having to buy a specialized padlock to lock both of these in. The Stanley 60mm will hold the 12mm, and it will hold this. It'll hold both links together like so. But it's tight. It's a little awkward to do. There are some locks out there. Security Max has a lock that's specifically designed for square link chain, where it actually takes both links and locks them in like so. ABUS has their own locks. That's actually what they're really known for, is their locks. So they have a great lock that's going to go ahead and go on this and keep your stuff protected. They have high security stuff, disc tumbler locks that are just far superior to anything you're going to buy at the hardware store. They're great locks. The chain is just to complement the lock. That's what makes this a good package, because you need a good chain. It doesn't make any sense to have a really good lock if you don't have a really good chain to back it up, because then somebody's just going to cut the chain. After jumping up and down on this stuff, I was able to get through this with the bolt cutters, but it took 5-10 minutes to do so. It's really difficult to do. You're not going to just walk up and clip it. I had to move it around back and forth, try different positions, and it's also on optimal conditions. I've got a concrete floor. I can set the chain down. If you're trying to if this chain is up in the air like this and there's no way to get any leverage with your bolt cutters on the ground, you're never going to get through this stuff. Not even close. But we're here to test if it's possible, and in ideal conditions, it is possible. Very extremely difficult, but possible with ideal conditions. And I think it's about 5 minutes or so that they'll say this will stave off an attack, which is correct. It took at least 5, probably 10 minutes to make one cut, and you have to make 2 on this stuff, so it would have taken forever. I didn't even want to do it. I was wore out after the first one here. So we can see right there, that's where we got through with the bolt cutters. We cut this thing with sawzall here. Didn't really even hardly make a mark, just kind of scratched the oxidized layer on the outside. Let's see if I can find that link. Nope. And then the angle grinder did cut through it, but it took about a minute, as opposed to a regular link of chain like so. You're able to cut through that with angle grinder in about 10 seconds or so. So it lasted 10 to 15 seconds, I guess, on this. So it lasted about 8 to 10 times longer. It's going to make a lot of noise, make a lot of sparks, cause a lot of ruckus, draw a lot of attention. That's what you want it to do. Nothing is theft proof. You can just buy time. These chains buy you more time than your hardware store average chain. So thank you. For more information, check out the website below. Thank you, ABUS Security, for sending me the chain to review. Awesome product. I really like it. Compared to hardware store chain, it's extremely secure chain. The pay-weight chain, I still haven't found anything that's harder than this stuff. I couldn't even touch it with my bolt cutters. I'm actually afraid to cut this stuff with my bolt cutters because I've tried twice, and both times it's actually took huge chunks and sparked on my bolt cutters. It's actually harder than the steel on my bolt cutters at a Rockwell Hart 63. It's scary to cut, basically. So flying shrapnel is not fun to deal with. And it staved off the grinder for the longest time at 2 minutes as well. Security Max chain, awesome product as well. I couldn't get through the 1/2-inch stuff with bolt cutters. Doing the same thing, jumping up and down on it for a good 5-10 minutes. Staved off the angle grinder for I think 1:15, 1:20, something like that. And could not cut through it. It would flatten the teeth out on the Sawzall before it would cut through. So you'd have to use multiple blades, multiple batteries. It would take forever. That would not be a very efficient way to try and cut through this chain. You need a supply truck of batteries and blades to do so. So great products. Definitely any of these are going to be a great investment for any of your security needs. So for more information, check out the website below, and thanks for watching.